Oi, oi, everyone. Good afternoon. We are back for another show. Shane's just finished his wonderful full Irish breakfast, which has always been a bit of a hit. Big up to Shane, man. And we're back. We're going to be joined by Rashid. And guess what we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about whatever the bloody hell we want to talk about. There's a few things to talk about. Obviously, you got the game last night, which was absolutely fantastic. You got a game coming up. There's always a plethora of things to talk about in the world of Arsenal because they are just a gift in terms of content that keeps on giving, man. Let's just all start. I mentioned it first off in my morning show. Shane mentioned it off the bat. I think in his full Irish. Man, last night, Shane, I know you was watching it with Lee and all of them boys. And I was watching it, chilling in bed actually on Amazon TV, just having a little night off like that. What a game, man! That is how football is supposed to be played, is it not, Shane? Man, what a dream, for fuck's sake!
That's it. Do you know what it is? And I said it on my show today. People think that to play that football that you can't defend. You know what I mean? There's no defense. But if you look at Inter's team, it's regimented defending, but free-flowing attack. You don't have to be the same in attack as you are in defense. And it's just, Egal tried to say that, bless Egal, I always put my disclaimer that he's actually a nice guy. But he tried to say,
how many times have you spoke to him offline, though? I've got to pull you up on here, because I've fallen into this same net.
Yeah, no, I said, but seems is the important word.
Seems,
you know what I mean?
You're right, yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't say he is a nice guy.
Yeah. I'll let you off there. I'll let you off. Yeah.
He's like a nice guy. And I always refer to Barney the dinosaur, man. It can do your head in when your kids are watching it, and it's terrible. But can you really hate him? But he was saying that the defense.
I fucking hate Barney the dinosaur.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like,
I hate him.
Like me. Yeah, but he's. But the thing is, the defense did well not to let in more, both teams, because it was just so free-flowing. The amount of chances was just endless amount of chances. But that's how football used to be played, man. That's how football used to be played. And the first thing I did this morning was send Lee a message going, I'm still in awe of that match. These younger fans need to know that that's how it used to be, man. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't, of course, games like that will be great in any era. But it was just unbelievable to watch. It was unbelievable to watch. It should have been a final. That should have been the final.
Mate,
and I'm saying that with my team in it. You know what I mean? That was enough to grace a final. Young team playing attacking football, no fear. The Italians a bit more wily, because when they went 3-2 down into, I thought they're done. They looked knackered. And he just switched a couple of things around, pushed the 37-year-old centre-back, told him to make a run forward, 3-0, and then they nicked it.
What's a finish, mate?
What a finish.
Well, he never said in Europe. I think the geezer on the commentary said, in Europe, they'd never seen anything. Do you know what I mean? Or he'd never scored. Sorry, is what I meant to say. Never scored ever in Europe. And then all of a sudden, just slams it straight into the top net near post. I mean, what a finish, man! Any striker would be proud of that one, eh?
That's unbelievable. And then even just like Barcelona's first goal, their right back coming forward and just side footing it into the top corner like it was nothing. Yamal is just, I'm with Lee. I think he's the best player in the world. He's got everything. He could play as the number 10, even if he wasn't beating players. If he was just playing through balls, he's got everything, absolutely everything. Now, some people do peak too early and then they come down, but he seems to have his head about him. He seems to have his wits about him. But that guy, he's a proper get up out of your seat when he plays. Like,
do you know what? Go on.
No, sorry, go on.
Yeah, but do you know what I think was with him? Do you know what I watched last night? Every time I was watching him on the ball, I was sitting there thinking, and Top Gunners think Saka's world class.
Yeah.
I was just like, I was looking at him and I was like, mate, Bukayo Saka's nowhere near as fucking good.
Not even close.
Even the efforts, even the efforts on goal, like he must have had about 5 or 6 efforts on goal, whether they're from range or whatever, and they were all testing the goalkeeper. Every single one of them. It's not like he was having 5 shots and one of them was flinging past the near post or he skied one of them. Every single one of them were going right near that far post. And it brought out good saves, or at least made the keeper think, rather than just, a scrape Odegaard pillow foot down the middle, a pathetic little roly-poly.
Yeah.
They were all testing the keeper, weren't they? And I just remember sat there and just thinking, man, wow, I love Bukayo Saka. Don't get me wrong. He's definitely the best football player at Arsenal Football Club. But he ain't got that. I was just sat there and thought, wow, he's already levels above Bukayo Saka.
Yeah, he's one of those players that's so good that it's kind of unfair to compare other players to him. You know what I mean? Like, he shouldn't be the yardstick because he's too high up. But Saka, can you imagine Saka with a manager that gives that much freedom over the last 5 years, or where he would be? The ceiling he would have if he had a Flick as manager for the last 5 years.
Great point.
He'd be talking about something completely different. You know what I mean? Because we see it more in Trossard and Martinelli and Emile Smith-Rowe and these players, the demise of them from Arteta's tactics. Saka's so good that it's harder to see the demise. He's more just sort of stopped where he was. If he had a manager that believed in him and gave him freedom, we might be talking about him as world class now. You know what I mean? And I really do believe that. And Martinelli would be playing down the middle, and he mightn't be a first team starter, but he'd still be a top player. And Trossard never would have been signed in the first place. But Arteta with attacking players, he's absolutely destroyed our whole front line. Not just with injuries, his tactics too.
Shane, bruv, honestly, you're not just spitting spit, you're spitting facts, mate. Absolutely 100%. Arteta has absolutely handcuffed. Let's just talk about the wide geezer, because that's who we're sort of talking about. When you look at the Martinellis and then you're looking at the Sakas, they were excellent. I mean, Saka's been pretty good, but you're saying that he's coached it out of him, and I absolutely agree. 2 years ago, both of them were fantastic. Look what's happened. Arteta's got his bastard little claws in there, and he's gone, you want to beat your man? Yeah, you'll be on the bench next week. Yeah, you'll do as I say. Freedom is gone completely out the window, by the way. No. There's no such thing as expressing yourself here. You either do what I tell you to do, robotic, both of you, or off your pot, find a new club. Do you know what I mean? And we've seen it. You're absolutely right. I wanted to run with that point because, man, there's a reason why these players, these football players, these wide players, these attacking players, these players don't express themselves. And that is purely because this manager's told them not to. Like, yes, they obviously have individually fallen off of, and more importantly, Martinelli, rather than obviously because Saka, he's fallen off a cliff. I mean, it weren't so long ago, Klopp, big up Rashid, brother. It weren't so long ago, Klopp was saying about he's a generational talent. It's because he looked like a generational talent. How's that been sucked out of him? How's that been sucked out of Odegaard? Now, I'm not saying for 1 second Odegaard's been a generational talent, but the point I'm trying to make is, look at all of these players that are regressing. Almost the whole entire squad is regressing. There's only one common denominator, and that's the manager.
Yep.
Like, they must be telling something. I don't know how long you've been listening for, Rashid, my brother, but big up to you. Both of these guys' links are in the title, so make sure you go and follow and subscribe to all of these fridge freezers, these Ebenezers. How you doing, man? Bacardi Breezers. What you saying on it, brother?
I'm good, thanks. Aaron, big up to you, of course. Big up to Shane, as always. Big up to the whole chat, man. What am I saying? What a beautiful game of football yesterday I watched. Usually I fall asleep halfway through these games. Just bedtime for me. But that game yesterday kept me up. As well, like you said, I was listening actually. I was listening to Shane, Lee, and Matty. That was an interesting stream as well. Do you know what it is about the yesterday's game? It's the quality of these two managers that get less money than our manager, that spent less money than our manager. Okay, Barcelona apart because La Masia, they create the players, blah blah blah. That's what they're gonna tell you, right, Shane? That's what they're gonna tell you.
100%.
But let's go to Inter Milan. You can't tell me that Inter Milan weren't a mess. 4 years, 2 titles, 2 finals, 200,000 spent. It's madness, because when you look at how much money we spent to get what, to get where. Did you see the football that both teams play?
Unbelievable.
Different styles of football, and like we said that you can't beat Pep trying to play Pep's football.
Exactly.
You remember we used to say that? Klopp used to beat Pep because Klopp plays a different style than Pep. Yeah. That's how it is. But unfortunately, in the Premier League, we all play a similar style of play, don't we? Except maybe barring Liverpool.
Newcastle, Liverpool play a bit different, and Villa slightly. The only teams I want to watch. The only teams I want to watch in the Premier League.
The only teams that play a little bit different than us. But I wanted to point out something as well. You know, when Barcelona were losing 2-0, why didn't they just panic and lose everything, lose all composure? That's it, game's done. 2-0, what are we going to do? Doesn't matter if you play a low block against them. they will unlock that low block. Do you know why?
Mhm.
Because they got talents like Lamine Yamal, Pedri, Rafinha, and many more. If you and what I think is that when you have a talent like Lamine Yamal and Rafinha, the amount of chances created. Did you see the amount of chances we create? Oh, but they crossed the ball at Arsenal. No, that's not the
No.
same. We do
Every
not.
cross has purpose, man. Every cross has purpose.
You know
I-
it. Fact. Come on,
I'm
man.
just playing the devil's advocate. Do you know what I'm saying, Aaron?
You've been watching too much of DG, mate. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out DG, man. Shout out
Pick up
DG.
DG, man. He's a geezer. Yeah, you've been
He's a
watching too
legend.
much. That
That's
devil's
what he does,
advocate.
isn't it?
Fucking, I've even
Oh,
heard.
but
I've even heard this fucking geezer. He devil's advocated me on Monday. The bastard. The Irish bastard.
The Irish bastard.
Yeah, you Irish bastard.
Sit
but that's
down,
what they're gonna
Paddy.
tell you. That's what they're gonna tell you. If you tell them about Barcelona, oh, Barcelona get players, it's not fair. It's not the same. It's not the same. They create players in La Masia and whatever.
Yeah.
But we have a couple of players. You're not using them.
They'd be
We've
in the
got
Barcelona.
Ethan
There'd be
on
a
the
couple of
bench.
them that would get in the Barcelona team. Flick would use them. He'd use Lewis Kelly and he'd use Ranieri. He'd find a place for them in that team.
Yes,
Oh,
sir. And the amount of freedom, yes, it is a system. It is still a system, but there's a bit of freedom in that forward line.
Total freedom.
And that freedom creates a lot of chances, therefore a lot of goals. Obviously, the high line, you need better defenders to play that high line. The only really two players I've seen in my lifetime that really play a high line like on a top level is probably maybe three: Chiellini, Van Dijk, and Ramos. But Chiellini used to play a low block, so it's a bit different. But I would say Ramos and Van Dijk will probably play the high line, the perfect out of the. So you do need talent to obviously play that high line. They will find you out.
Yeah.
And Inter Milan, on the other hand, play different style of football. The kind of football that Arteta wants to play. That's the kind of football he wants to play. It's just that we're doing the defensive part, but the transitioning, that's the part we can't do.
The transition ain't transitioning, bruv.
Sometimes Thuram has one touch in the whole build-up. All he does is they give him the ball, lays it back to Martinez or Barella or one of the players.
He runs the channels. Old school. Runs the channels.
Yeah. Sometimes he doesn't even get the ball. But what does he do? He just
drags defenders. Yeah. Causes havoc. But then you see, then you see when Havertz. When Havertz is doing that, he's dropping back into midfield. He's not staying in position. When Inter get the ball and break, they know exactly where he'll be. Where with Havertz, you'd have no idea where he's going to be. Where the fuck is he? You know what I mean? Oh shit, I have to stop now and turn back. And the thing is, I said it last night. People think that to be a defensive team like Arsenal, everybody has to defend, right? And you all have to be strict and you all have to do this. And I always say, they go, oh, we have the best defense. And I say, well, Everton kept a rake of clean sheets last season under Deutsch because they never went forward. So any team can lock up and put 10 men behind the ball. The art is being able to defend and attack. And with Inter, they are really strict with defense. But when they go forward, it's freedom. Freedom when you go forward, regimented when you defend. It's a classic way of doing it.
To a point as well. Like I always get like Fergie's point when he says, defenses win titles and all of that.
Yeah.
But to be fair, if you like the point that you're quite rightly saying, you use the analogy rather very, very, very well with the Everton scenario. Yeah, if you're defensively excellent and you don't concede a goal but you don't attack, the most you can get out of a season is 38 points.
Yeah,
it's 38 points. Yeah, that get you relegated in most seasons, aside from the absolute dross that's been coming up from the Championship the last few years. Let's get it right. They both all three of them come up, all three of them gone down. That's a great point. At some stage, yes, of course you need a great defence. And, when you look at all the title winners, the vast, if not all of them, had a great defence. But guess what? You need something going forward. You need something. And we just don't have anything because we're just told, Saka, if you traipse too past that halfway line whilst we're in this part, you don't you dare.
But that's the thing, though, Aaron, and I don't mean to go on.
It's just like that.
But Everton don't have any really standout defenders apart from Braithwaite. You know what I mean? Yeah. They don't have any standout defensive midfielders. Their keeper's average. I know he's England's number one, but he's average in my eyes. I don't rate Pickford in any way, shape, or form. I think he's too slight. Right. But because their tactics are so defensive and they're clubbed in, Wimbledon used to be able to do it in teams like that. any team can really lock up like that, you know what I mean, and just not give anything away. And yeah, you'll get little 0-0 draws and stuff like that. But it like you said, the maximum you can get is 38 points. You know what I mean? And that used to send you down back in the day. Now this season it doesn't.
It used to be 40. It used to be
40 was the promised land, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's that golden sort of achievable thing, wasn't it? If you get 40 points, you're probably all right.
It's just,
and then you get the flip side where, and you get the flip side with Tottenham where yes, teams can go out, you can score loads of goals if you just don't care about defense. But look what happens at the other end. It's the fucking, you have to find the balance, man. You have to find the balance.
Yeah. Just before we carry on,
just
quickly, I'm just going to say hello to the chat. There's Sav in the building. How you doing? Dr. Seymour Butts. The doc is in the building. Buddha, big up to you, brother. AFC Vigilante, who's everywhere as well. We got Gavin. I'm assuming he's one of your boys, Shane, and hence the wonderful Irish flag there. Yeah, big up to you, Gavin, man. And that's it. Don't forget to follow all of the boys, man. See you over in Shane's, and it's excellent nature supporting the brother. 13 goals over 2 legs, 12 different goal scorers is absolutely mad. Yeah. That's proper football. That's what we want, man. Today, that's cooking. Big up to you, Sav. Danny Reacts, big up to you, my man. I see you writing a couple of comments after my videos and all that, replying to him. You're a geezer. Big up to you, man. Vigilante's in the house again, and he's saying Pedri is my favourite player in the world. He's class. Really like watching a prime age Fabregas. Yeah, man, Fabregas was awesome. Yeah. That's a good comment, bruv. Yeah. Facts. Unreal game, both legs. Quality, mate. 7-6 on aggregate. Absolutely unbelievable. Had everything, Boris sending off. Only thing I miss is the format is the away goal rule. I actually disagree, man. I quite like that it went got it. Only because we just kept going out on it every single year. For a few years. That wasn't the excuse. We weren't good enough. Do you know what I mean? But I'm quite actually glad to see the back of it. Yeah, to be fair, I think it's a bit harsh. You know, if you're the away team like yesterday and you get a 1-0 win, and Arsenal could go there and score, you know, and win 2-1 tomorrow. We've scored 2 goals, but we go out because we conceded one. I don't know. I'm glad it's gone. I'm glad
I think it was originally brought in because it took longer to travel, and I think that's why it was originally brought in. Because the travel would be 2-3 times the length of time, and the players would be knackered, and they tried to even it up. I agree, it's better without it because teams could get it. If the team won 1-0 away, it was over. It was fucking. You may as well say it was over. You know what I mean? And then yeah.
I would be almost all but over, wouldn't it? Because we'd obviously have to score 2 then and beat them. Do you know what I mean? It's just. I mean, I can't even envisage that we're going to score 1 and win, let alone score 2 and win, you know? But yeah, man, or Ethan saying, and you're absolutely spot on, bruv. Yeah, he had cancer twice. And to score in Europe, you know, at that age, was it 37, I think, with no European goals to his name either. I mean, that's what it's all about, and them moments. That's what wins your Champions League, and it obviously definitely gets you to the final. Tone, big up to you, brother. Martinelli would miss a chance yet. Tone, big up, mate. Smash the likes as well. Yeah, Daz is saying. Absolutely smash them likes right up.
Does it?
Yeah, man. Yeah. And it was fantastic to watch overall, man. And we'll sort of switch it over. Do you reckon we're going to be seeing any of that wonderful football, end-to-end stuff, basketball, entertainment, on the edge of your seat stuff later? Nah. I'm kind of worried about later. I'm sort of thinking that it's going to be a bit of a stink fest. I don't know what the score's going to be, obviously. I've just read the privates. Yeah, sorry.
I don't have a good feeling about tonight at all. I do not.
Yeah. Go on. Yeah.
I know. Honestly, I don't. I really don't. I just.
Shane, go on. Take over, bro.
Sorry. Yeah, no. I thought you were. Yeah, so I thought you were passing. Yeah, 3 or 4 players aren't fit. 3 or 4 players that were starting aren't fit, and I think the players are done with Arteta. I feel like they're done with him. I really do. I can see it. If you think back to 2 seasons ago, and even sort of part of last season. After every win, it was all the Arteta hugging everybody on the pitch and all. I don't see that anymore. I don't see. I just feel that it's just sort of going to culminate in this now, a spanking and a lesson. But I do think that point that I've made, that the man that's coming on my show tomorrow now, Danny, he's making his debut on streaming. But he said to me that that Arteta will go and he'd rather draw 0 all than go for it and lose 3-0. And I fully agree with that. Because if he loses 3-0, goes for it and loses 3-0, he'll have answers. He'll have questions to answer. And if he draws 0 all, he can go, guys, we were one situation away, guys, from final, guys. And his press conference yesterday, they get worse and worse. More margins. He was going on about margins. And he said, different decisions and different It could have been a different result if we play that game again. Yeah, it could have been a different result. It could have been 4-0 to them because they missed 2 great chances and they should have had a penalty. You fucker. You know what I mean? So, but that's what it is. Like, it could have been different. Yeah, we got really lucky that we didn't get absolutely spanked. You know what I mean? Timber should have given away a penalty. Saka could have been sent off. And they should have scored those 2 chances that they had. We'd be dead and buried.
Yeah.
Where would he go then? Oh, his first interview on the pitch.
Over, innit?
Oh,
tie over.
Like when we beat Madrid 3-0, guys. He's already putting that out there. And then to take away from Liverpool and say, oh, we got more points. They won the league on less points than we got the last 2 years. So technically we could win. He even used that term that, different time we win 2 Premier Leagues. I mean, what is he talking about? What is the man talking about? To take away from Liverpool's achievement. Also, the season's not over. It's not over. They're not going to finish on those points, Liverpool. And if anything now, they're going to fucking spank us because of that. If I was Slot, I'd be saying, did you hear what he said? Did you see that? That some managers used to do that. That's what Capello did in the Champions League final when Barcelona came up against Cruyff's Barcelona. It was that amazing Milan team. And Cruyff came out and said, oh, we're not worried at all. They can only defend. They can't attack. And apparently Capello, before the match, just put up the newspaper headline. The dressing room was stood back. And Milan went out and spanked them 4-0. You know what I mean? They said, oh, sometimes they like he's given Liverpool motivation now. If I was Slot and I was thinking of resting players, I go, do you know what? I'm not resting any of his lads. And if I was the first team player who was going to get rested for that game, I'd be going, don't you drop me, man. How dare they? Why is he poking the bear? If he's so obsessed with second, oh, yeah, Liverpool, we should have won the league. My mate, who was a Liverpool fan, just sent it to me right before I came on. And I was like, he probably thought I'd get wound up. And I was like, yeah, man, he's a twat. Like, Arteta's a twat. What do you expect? But it's staggering. I thought his press conferences, they just get harder and harder to do. Harder and harder to stomach. But, yeah, look, I have a really bad feeling for tonight. I just like, if we get in at 0-0 at half-time, maybe something could happen.
But like 89 settings. Like 89 settings.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Look, to be fair, yeah, but if we can get in sort of at 0-0 at that half-time, do you know what I mean? Who knows? I think if it was to be 0-0 at half-time, I think the best that we're playing for is probably penalty shootouts. You couldn't foresee us scoring 2 goals. And do you know what I mean? A 2-goal, obviously an aggregate, a 2-0 or a 3-1 or whatever. I couldn't personally see that. But, I mean, I suppose at 0-0 at half-time, you'd probably take extra time, wouldn't you, really, considering you're 1-0 down and the lack of confidence that we've got. I don't think we're going to win anyway, so I probably would take, a 1-0 to go into extra time and then just see what sort of happens. What do you think on it, Rashid?
See, the thing is that all you have to do is go back and see and watch the game after PSG scored the first goal. Yeah. When we started to push, what happened? Ball over the top. How many times did they find were they one-on-one?
Yep. Yep.
So in order to create, we need to commit a lot of players to going forward, because we don't have that talent that you can just create from 4 or 5 players. You need to commit a lot of players going forward. So what's going to happen is that, yes, we are more solid in that midfield because Moreno, the player that we bought this summer, he's not good enough to play in that midfield. But thank God Partey's back. But yeah, we're going to be more solid in that midfield. But on the wings, if Kvara and Dembele are playing, long day. If they can't do it through the middle, they go through the wings. If they can't do it through the wings, they'll just go over the top. Because we're gonna be the ones that have to score. See, I don't know if we'll probably play that negative possession football, but all they need to do is basically play smart. Do you know what I'm saying? And Luis Enrique's got that in his locker room. He's got a lot. He actually got plan B and plan C. This manager ain't got plan B and plan C. Do you know what the plan is today? I was going to say today is set pieces. That's the plan. Okay? That's the plan. Set pieces. Or just aimless crosses into the box, hoping that Moreno's gonna be somewhere or sometime and score that goal. It's just, there's no plan. There's no original plan to go against this PSG. If there was, I'll be like, for example, you see Barcelona, the way if I was to lose, I'd like to lose like Barcelona yesterday. Yeah, if I had to lose, I'd lose that way. They tried. He tried to mix it up. He tried to change. He tried a lot of changes. Even same Inzaghi. Inzaghi was too quick for it. He was too quick for it because any player that was a little bit tired, off. Martinez is their star player. They took him off. 60. What was it? 65? Was it the 65 minute?
Yeah.
They took off
There
Martinez.
thereabouts, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and they cut Thuram. Our manager would never take off Odegaard or Saka, all these top players that we have. It just goes to show you. But yeah, I don't think so. I think they'll score. I think they'll score. They will find a way. I mean, we've got the right hand side is the left hand side of our defense is a problem. We got Lewis Skelly inverting into the midfield, trying to play the double pivot with Partey, and then we've got Kivior to cover that hole that's between Lewis Skelly and him. Now the problem is that we have to go forward. We have to attack now. See, against Real Madrid, we didn't have to do that. All we had to do was just stay compact, just stay solid, and then hit on the counter or somehow score a goal. Now we're the ones that have to attack. This is one of our weaknesses: is us going to attack, us to trying to win the game. I mean, what teams have we beat? Us actually going for the game, actually trying to create and scoring goals. We don't do that. All we do is that we are good against teams that actually they have the possession and we hit them on the counter. That's all we can do. Not even counter. I mean, I don't know how we score, but just stay solid and play the low block against them. But if a team is playing a low block against us with the talent they have in midfield, I don't know if you I don't know if you even touch the ball. I don't know. But yeah, there's multiple ways of taking Arsenal. There's multiple ways. Over the top, you're dead and buried, and they already know our weaknesses. They already know our biggest weakness is Kivior in that centre back. Go watch what Kivior did against PSG in the home leg.
He was awful.
Yeah, no one near. Them performances were always going to catch Kivior up, though, weren't they? They just always were. Look, he was all right. Look, do you know what I mean? And this is what us Arsenal fans that we do. And I'll talk for everyone on the panel. I generally believe they'll agree with me. We'll see the game and we'll go, yeah, do you know what? Kivior ain't good enough for Arsenal. But do you know what? Against Real Madrid, he was really good.
Exactly.
But when he's not been good like he wasn't against PSG, what's wrong with reverting and going, yeah, he really weren't good. Yeah, but last week you said he was good. Yeah. Because he was good last week. Do you know what I mean? It's not difficult. Just going to say before you come in there, Shane. Just going to say a couple of people.
No, I wasn't coming in. I was just
oh, sorry, bud. Yeah, we got man like Tom in the building. Big up to you, man. Joseph as well. Big up, man. Peppermint. Big up. Got Taki here in the building. Compass Smurf. Big up, man. Ethan Tretton. He's in the building as well, man. Frogging a well. Yeah, you allegedly offered 50 million for Kudus. I mean, yeah, I don't think West Ham would sell him for that. But it wouldn't surprise me if Arsenal had offered like a low ball offer like that. It's actually true. It just don't surprise you. That's how we work. We'll waste about 3 or 4 months trying to negotiate that. And then someone else with actual ambition would just come in and go, yeah, he's 80, he's ours. That's usually how it works with Arsenal, isn't it? Devontae's in the building as well. Big up, Devontae, man. Always a pleasure for you to be here. Yeah, man, we're going to continue with the Kivior thing. Do you know what I mean? It's just not good enough. And this is what I was saying in the morning, ladies and gentlemen, people on the panel, world-class chat, like and subscribe. And the boys, their links are in the title. It's not good enough. And who assembled the squad? Oh, yeah, Mikel Arteta ain't good enough. It was his boy from 2 years ago. This is his signing. Oh, yeah, but we ain't got adequate players. This is all his squad. He's either re-signed them or signed all of them. Virtually all of them. You look there, when I say re-signed, Saliba re-signed. Martinelli re-signed. Saka re-signed. This is his entire squad, and this is what he's assembled. I don't understand when people pin up the excuses about Kivior. He's not been good enough. That was just signing. I wouldn't have minded if he cost like Rob Holding fee, like 2 million. We splashed out 20, 25, including add-ons on this geezer, and he's crap. But he's had 2 really good games against Real Madrid. Don't worry, all of these fans, bruv, they'll be living off that Real Madrid game. If we go out later, which I expect us to do, they're going to be living off that for another 20 years. They're still living off the last Real Madrid game, boys. When we're talking about the Champions League, they're still living off of that. Do you know what I mean? I'll tell you what I done after that Real Madrid game. I walked out of that stadium on Wednesday, absolutely buzzing. Thursday, I was like, yeah, man, that was good. Friday, couldn't give a shit. It was done, dead, finished. Do you know what I mean? I enjoyed it in the morning. Of course I did. I woke up with a bit of hangover. Do you know what I mean? I'd had a couple of beers in the stadium. Do you know what I mean? Woke up a bit of hangover. We all enjoyed it. We all had our good little chats, our reviews, our this, our that, our blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Friday morning when I woke up, I don't care. That was 2 days ago. Yeah, what about next week? Oh, and then we done the same again. Woke up after we got through to the quarters or the semis, sorry. Buzzing, we're in the semi-final. The following day after, who gives a toss? Now we've got a semi-final to win. That's what it's all about. That's what I believe is a top level mentality. But these lot ain't got it. A lot of these fans ain't got it. We've got it in absolutely abundance. So when we sort of sit there like Kivior, we need a 10 out of 10 performance, 9 out of 10 at worst from every single person. Yeah, absolutely 100% undeniable. David Raya needs to stop pissing around with that ball. He needs to stop opening himself up and allow himself so susceptible to be lobbed. Absolutely fact. And he needs to stop whatever he's doing with his feet. Just ain't feeting. Like, they are just crap. Like, he is looking double nervy, mate. I'm like Ramsdale. He's making Ramsdale look like Zidane with his feet. Like, what? Do you know what I'm saying? He just is. And then in front of it, you know, we have to be perfect on everywhere. And we need Captain Coward, my Norwegian nightmare, to turn up, don't we, boys? Shame, bruv. We need my Norwegian nightmare to actually prove why he's a captain of Arsenal Football Club. Look, one game on its own ain't going to do it. But fucking step up. Come on, bruv.
Yeah.
Step up.
Good luck
I'll
with
show
that.
you these
Good
stats
luck
while
with
you're
that.
talking. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll show you these
Yeah.
stats while
Good
you're
luck with that. No, look, you mentioned Kivior, and after the Madrid game, I got called negative. I got pelters because I said, yeah, look, great result. But I said, I had called either Kivior will give away a goal, Lewis Skelly will give away a penalty, or Marino will have a nightmare, right? All three of them played blinding against Madrid. I went, yeah, I was wrong. Okay, I was wrong about that game. But I said, remember, we have to take those 3 gambles in the second leg. We have to take those 3 gambles in the first leg against PSG, second leg against PSG. And if we do get to the final again, you can't gamble 3 times like that. You're going to get caught out after a while. Our squad's not good enough. And you as you said, oh yeah, Kivior played really well against Palace. Oh, you said he was really well. You said he was great last week. Yeah, great in that game. Unlike top gooners who seem to think that Arsenal's history is the last 90 minutes that they choose, by the way. It's not even the last 90 minutes anymore. It's the last 90 minutes they choose. It's not even the Bournemouth game. They'll keep going back to the Madrid game. And you go, hang on.
Yeah.
If you want to do this last 90 minutes thing, what about the actual last 90 minutes when we were dog shit with our first 11 in a match that didn't matter because he's obsessed with second? I blew up. I went nuts on my match reaction after that. And I didn't even think I would because I had gone ballistic before the Bournemouth game. I was already done. What is he doing? Why is he starting 11? Why are all these players playing? What if someone gets hit? What if someone gets injured? You know, and someone put up in the chat the other day, I hope Timber's fit. And I said, if he can walk, he's playing. If that can walk, he is playing. And he's going to get absolutely cooked because he got cooked in the last game. He got cooked in the last game. Why? Because Saka can't come back and help him against PSG. He's too gone. He's ruined. Oh, yeah, it's all in his head, guys. Is that 15-inch scar on his leg and his head? No, it's not. He is not fit. He's going to do permanent damage. And I repeat myself, Ben White will go through this his whole career. I guarantee you Ben White will be in and out of teams. He'll end up dropping down standards. And you look at him in 5-6 years, he'll be playing for fucking Norwich or something like that, and he'll be in and out of the team because he's going to be injured all the time. You cannot play on a knee injury. You cannot play on a knee injury. You can barely walk on a knee injury. It has to be rested. It's the only thing for rest. He has flogged these guys. He doesn't care about them. And now we're in this situation where our first team is the most predictable first team in the world. And that's what our team, that represents our team more than anything. That represents our manager, or represents what they've done to this team. An absolute shambles. An absolute shambles. Cheap, flimsy, embarrassing.
Pathetic.
No use to anybody. You know what I mean? Absolute garbage.
No creativity.
No creativity. No creativity. Not listening to the fans.
Like
all
that.
stuff.
No creativity.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah. Well,
That's
everything about that
vigilante
represents.
That's vigilante, bro.
Everything about this club is messed up, and it all goes back to him. If we went out tonight, I'm going to be devastated, even though I know it's coming, right? But if I woke up to the news that he's walked away or being sacked, I'd be happy all summer. I don't care who wins what. I don't care if Tottenham win the Europa. I don't care if United win it. I'll be ready for next season. But I'm going to go through this summer now, if he's still in charge, just going, if we sign a new player, it won't get me excited because I'll be like, well, he's going to ruin him. Another player, he's going to ruin him. He's going to ruin him. It boggles the mind that we are here pointing out these stats over and over and over again. And then they go with GA, you get the top gooners with their GA and their second places and all this stuff. And I just go, you don't watch Arsenal for 90 minutes. You clearly do not watch Arsenal for 90 minutes, because if you did, you would not be arguing your case, because we are awful to watch. We're awful to watch. And if they can't see the wage bill and they can't see everything that's wrong with this club, It starts to boggle the mind after a while, and you just, when you're getting things like you got last night trying to use the community shields as leverage.
Oh,
I mean, really, like, have we got to that point? I was embarrassed as an Arsenal fan, and I don't agree with him. Oh, well, Lazio, Inzaghi won Italian Super Coppas. Right, but that's
totally
we
different.
were just laying it. It's different. It's got professional rules.
Friendly. Yeah, it's a friendly.
But that's got professional rules, officially professional rules, and the other one's got friendly rules. And then there was Italian people in the chat saying, "Oh, believe me, it's absolutely massive in Italy." But no, he's decided now that community.
If they rebranded it, Shane, if they've rebranded it and sort of said, okay, from 2028, this is going to be the English Super Cup. It's fucking yellow cards and red cards will carry over. It's an official competition. It's not a community. It's not a charity. Now it is a competition where if you win the Premier League and the FA Cup, you will win an official trophy.
Yeah.
They labelled it as that and said all the others don't count because they're a community thing. Starting from now, everyone starts on 0. This is the English Super Cup. All well and good, buzzing.
Of course. Yeah, but even until 93, if you drew, you shared it.
You shared it.
You know what I mean? That's not a competition. You shared it, man.
Come on, man. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of Tottenham's trophy haul.
Oh,
I went through, mate. Tottenham have had the glitz and the glamour of sharing the Norwich and the Ipswich hospital trophy in the 60s and the 70s. They shared that. They even shared a Costa del Sol Cup as well. Do you know what I mean? Back in
don't knock the Costa del Sol Cup. That's a big trophy, man.
I know. Come on. Yeah. I should watch my tongue.
We've never won one.
Yeah. Is ours Costa del Sold, isn't it? Yeah. Fuck's sake. The old Costa del Cup, mate. Yeah, that's it. Well, they're the only ones that have done that. To be fair, they're the only ones that have won the 3 majors. The Costa del, the Ipswich, and the fucking Norwich charity trophy, innit, man? We need to just shut our mouths, I think, brother. Do you know what I mean? Like, they are the Spurs. Do you know what I mean? Fucking what a bunch of rodents. But yeah, no, you're right, man, innit? Yeah, they shared the trophy for crying out loud.
I couldn't believe that they're using that now. That's how desperate it's gotten. That's it. Exactly. It's how desperate it's gotten that they already use the calendar year thing, and they use the calendar year goals and calendar year points.
And the big
now
six.
They're using that, man.
And the big six.
Really,
they use that one as well.
Big six, yeah. And apparently Liverpool have more points in the big six thing in the same amount of time. It's just we were unbeaten.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Apparently so. I haven't checked into it, but apparently points wise, because we've drawn like 10 of that 18 or 20 or whatever it is. We've drawn more than we've won in it.
When's
you know
that?
What I mean?
Back at
the so-called unbeaten top 6 thing. We've drawn more than we've won in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where Liverpool have lost a couple, but they've won a bucket load.
Yeah, they hide that fact, Shane. They'll say, "Oh, we're unbeaten." See, when you read unbeaten, you wouldn't think about how much we drew or how much we won. Unbeaten is enough for these fans. So anything they'll say, "Oh, see, we're unbeaten. We're unbeaten in the Great Six. He brought us. We were in the mud. Look at where he brought us." And you can see how desperate this guy was yesterday. Yesterday was it?
It was pathetic.
Talking about Liverpool.
Yeah.
Shameless. Shameless. Oh, we had more points. Yeah, but that was a different season. So what?
Mm-hmm.
So what? There's other teams that had more points and didn't win it. That's not the point. The point is that you win it in that season. The level has dropped, but Liverpool didn't drop with us.
Exactly.
If they did, we would have shared. We would have been in some sort of competition with them. It was injuries. But it was red cards. But it was this. But it was that. It's always an excuse with these fans. Always an excuse. But you know what pisses me off the most? Yeah, is that this Arteta's already winning. You see, if he lost today, if he loses today, he's already won. He got the semi-final.
Yep.
And I swear to God, if he gets to the final, there's another 5 years of this shit. 4 years easy. I'm telling you, this semi-final already bought him another year, probably another year and a half, something like that. Another year and a half, or I don't know how much. I'm just hoping that Berta does his job. I swear to God, like Berta, I've got my eyes on you. Look, Berta, I'm just scared that this manager's going to continue. This semi-final is a trophy for them. Especially that we'll all be Real Madrid. Even he talks about beating Real Madrid. What kind of manager does that? What kind of manager does that, bro?
Quarterfinal cup, bro. Quarter
Can you imagine
final cup
Klopp
winners
going on like that
2025,
over one
mate.
result?
Oh,
Unbelievable.
I'm telling you, this is another 2 years just because he got to the semi-final. I'm telling you, at the end of the season, look, unless we might even be out of the first. We might be out of the Champions League spots when you think about it, because we've got Liverpool and then Newcastle. Long day, long day. Trust me. You got Liverpool after the shit you said about them. They'll be like, oh, like you said, watch. What? Okay. Okay, Arteta. Okay, cool. We'll see. And Man City are catching up. Newcastle are catching up. It is gonna be a long, long day. If he drops out the Champions League, I think he'll be sacked.
Oh, he
If
would
he
be,
drops
yeah.
out of the Champions
Yeah, I
League.
don't think he will. Though Forest are staggering and Chelsea won, but yeah,
That's why.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think he will. I think we'll finish fourth. Because
We
I
could
can see
easily-
Newcastle winning. I
Yeah.
can see City winning all their games and Newcastle winning all their games.
Yeah.
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 Mate, I can see Arsenal max getting 4 points out of their last 3 games. And that's a loss at Liverpool, a draw at home to Newcastle, and then beating Southampton. Fucking surely beating Southampton. Surely beating Southampton. I'm going to come to this graphic up here in a second, but I just want to big up to Prome. Big up to you, brother. Thank you very much for the watch, mate. Always a pleasure to have you in the building, my man. Did you see Rice talking Odegaard up in the press? Yeah. He's speaking him up. But look at this graphic right here, Prome, my absolute fridge freezer. Look at the state of this. This obviously is passing. The red
4 forward
is
passes he
passing.
had,
Look
didn't
at
he?
them.
4.
3 there. 3. I
I heard
there's
4.
one back there, I suppose. Yeah, you're right, all the way back in his own half. But if you actually look in the final third, innit, you've got one red one that was successful and 2 unsuccessful arrows, only 2 of which were actually in the box. So only 2 forward passes he's made in the box, Martin Odegaard, and only one of them was successful. And that was just because it was just about on the edge of the box. Like,
one of them was in our box. So.
Yeah.
And even on the left, he's passing to Rice.
State of it. This is against PSG, of course. Exactly.
He's not passing to Martinelli. This is to Rice when he goes to the left.
Yeah.
So our creative spark, our only creative sparks, passing back to our number 6 to
apparently,
something.
was there a 35-minute period where he didn't make a pass? Wasn't there?
I didn't know
against
that.
PSG.
Wow.
I think it was one pass, Shane. I think it was one
in 35 minutes or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one pass.
Yeah.
Bro,
you can't touch the ball with that midfield. With that PSG midfield, you're not touching the ball. But you see this graphic, we've been seeing this even before we saw the graphic.
Long. Before his injury, before everything we've been saying.
This whole season.
They'll say, oh, his work rate, though. He was winning the ball back. Look at what he was doing off the ball. Doing nothing off the ball either, man. Just rubbing snot into his hair. Like, it really is. It's gone too far. Yeah. How can you know? And Arsenal have all these stats, man. They wear that gear on them that covers every blade of grass they cover. There must be someone going to Arteta going, here, look, man, look at this. Why is he playing? But unfortunately, there's not. Arteta just has yes men around him. He has yes men around him. That's why he doesn't change his fucking.
They're just happy to be there, Shane. Look at our team. Let's be honest. Only maybe Saliba or Gabriel, Saka, or probably the only 3 players that would upgrade on Arsenal, that would play for a club that would be better than Arsenal. The others, listen, they're punching their weight. Trust me, they are punching their weight. They shouldn't be here. But I think that's why they're so accepting with this manager. I mean, Moreno, Calafiore, come on, man, what are we doing here? Jorginho, thank God he's gone. Who else have we got?
Do you know what everyone keeps saying? Like, everyone's jumped on it, like that. Oh, like Bert's coming or whatever. He's left on a free anyway. He's negotiated that regardless. So, like, I've heard a couple of people sort of say, I can't remember who it was, but Bert's came in and he's done his thing. To be fair, Jorginho's just done his own thing. He's fucked off on his own volition. He
was leaving anyway. He was
leaving. Yeah. He's fucked off on his own volition. Do you know what I mean? He's free to negotiate with anyone outside the Premier League since December, January. Do you know what I mean? He's sort of gone. There's a lot of real work to sort of do with that. But yeah, sorry to jump in on your Jorginho point. I just thought I'd make that point.
Where was the experience though?
Yeah,
Jorginho came to the club. Where was the experience? Sterling came to the club. Where was the experience? It's just a load of bullshit. Do you know what I love?
Jesus. I thought they were going to bring the winning mentality.
Yeah.
Zinchenko.
No, we got a dog for that, man.
Believe and take us to Munich. Believe. That's all you got to do is just believe.
Oh my
Yeah,
days.
yeah. These are funny, man. That's a bit of a Ashburton army. Just believe. All four of them now. Like believe and take us to Munich. That's all you've got to do, man. Is just believe. I know. Yeah,
Bro.
bless them. To be fair, they were trying to grow that Ashburton army, but like the club limited their tickets and all
Yeah.
things like that to stop them from growing. Because the club, this is how controlled they are of everything they do. They don't want something to grow that don't go against their that goes against their grain. Do you know what I mean?
Facts.
So like if the Ashburton army didn't like it, all of them would gather up there and they'd rebel against the Arteta, they'd rebel against the Cronkies, but they don't want that. So they fucking proper shrunk that very, very, very quick. That's the club you're all
100%.
supporting. Controlling your fan base
Because they saw the ultras in Italy.
Yeah.
In Italy, Germany, there's certain parts of Germany as well. Listen, the ultras control the club. You saw how Milan, they had the players hand behind their backs, listening to the ultras. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That bold guy. Do you see that bold guy? He's a nasty fuck, isn't he? That bold guy with the whole. Hey, listen, this is not right. I don't understand what he was saying, but I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
He was talking about, listen, this is not right. Look at where the club is. This is Milan. We don't belong here. Blah blah blah. Because, like you said, you'd control. They would control because the ultras are so big in this game. Obviously, in Europe, not in the UK. In the UK, it's not like a thing. It's not like a thing here. In England, to be precise, it's not a thing. But yeah, 100%, Aaron. 100%.
You see, I think the ultras in these teams have they have a financial stake in the clubs a lot of the time. I think a lot of the continental teams, I think they have to have a 10% fan stake or something like that they can never get rid of. Because I remember the ultras in Galatasaray about 15 years ago, they got full control and they changed the training top was a zip top, but when you zipped it up, it turned into a balaclava. The Galatasaray zip top, about 15 years ago, yeah. So when you zipped it up, you just had the eyes left. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Don't surprise with them. They're a fucking nutty bunch, aren't they? Do you know what I mean?
100%.
They are. Big up
Danny
to my
Dyer.
girl in the building. Sorry, one second. Yeah, big up to my girl in the building. Madupe. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, my dear. I'm not the best with pronunciation, so if I do get it wrong, just write how it would be phrased if I'm getting Madupe wrong. I'll call you Mod. It's entirely up to you. Or O, my girl O. It's up to you. But yeah, I do want to get your name right, and that's for anyone. I'm not the best at pronunciation, but big up to you. Hopefully your boyfriend has been listening to your football rants. Because if he hasn't been, just rant it over to me. Like I said to you yesterday, my girl, you're not going to be the first lady and you're not going to be the last lady to just shout a load of crap at me. So come on, get it all out, vent it all out. I'm here. I'm going to be your punching bag, my dear. Just get it all out, man. Get that Arsenal frustration out.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Yeah. To be fair, yeah. Rashid's got me pegged, didn't he? Yeah. Not forced. He's got me sussed, brother. He's got me sussed, old Rashid, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I'm a sucker for the punishment. Just have a go at me, my girl. It's fine. I like it. I mean, I'm there for you. Yeah. Look, I grew up with a family full of women. I've been with my partner for 11 years, girl, by the way, and yeah. I'm used to being shouted at by the wonderful female species. So. Madupe, as I said to you yesterday, my girl, you are in the right place. Just let it out on me. I'm here, yeah. Just swing. But big up to you. Thank you very much for being out. What's that? Yeah. What we're saying here. Let's carry on the show about now. Always good to have you in, my girl. We got Joseph in the building. Yeah, Camden, Hamden Sells. Yeah, Camden Bells. That bloody beer, if that's what you're referring to at the Emirates Stadium, man. £7, and I tell you what, it's one of the worst tasting beers I've ever had in my life. Warm, watered down crap. That's probably why I don't really buy it that much. What's he saying? Dazza, big up in the building. We've got some OGs in the building, man. Darren Sullivan, man. All good. Good to have you in here. Our cup final was 31-5. Mate, do you know what? I worry about this. About this, if we get to the final, that we're going to get humiliated. I would have rathered Barca, but so like I always say, man, obviously we've got to get there first, of course. Let's just get that right. I just think Inter Milan, they just do everything that we do better. Like every single trick we've got in the book, they've taught us it. Do you know what I mean? They're the masters. They're the gatekeepers, and they hold all the keys, man. I don't know. I think it's going to be a bit of a tricky one, but we've got a real tough tie to negotiate first, man. What do you boys think the score's going to be? Just random lobbing it out there. I'll start with
3-0.
Shane. What do you reckon? Yeah, I think you've already said to me a little cheeky 3-0, man. Yes,
I just
it's
have
gonna
a
be
really, really bad feeling. A really bad feeling.
it's gonna be
Honestly, I
one of
just
them,
think
innit, Shane? It's gonna be
I
like
just
it's gonna
yeah.
be really good or really bad. I don't think there's gonna
Exactly.
be any
Yeah, yeah.
middle
There's
ground.
no in between. A lot of people are saying,
Yeah.
you know, it could be 1-1 and we might. I think we're either going to pull off the miracle and get it to penalties, and it'll be the worst game you've ever seen, or we'll let in an early goal and just get spanked. You know, but I'm leaning more towards the spanking. I really do. I just have a really bad feeling our players aren't fit.
Yeah, maybe
Like I
you're
said.
like me, a sucker for punishment. He's leaning for us for a spanking, isn't he? Yeah. Well, we're all a bit of a sucker for
Naughty,
punishment on here
naughty.
today.
No,
Isn't
no,
it?
no.
Jesus Christ.
No.
Come on, Rashid.
I'm always
What
the
we're waiting on
spanker, not the
Rashid.
spanky, man. Never the spanky.
Yeah. Fucking hell, do you know what I mean? I just want women to shout at me. Shane likes being spanked. Rashid, what the fuck have you got hidden behind that door, man? Fucking
God
hell.
knows.
I'll leave
I don't even want to know.
I'll leave it behind. I'll leave it behind closed doors. That's behind closed doors.
Yeah, you have your gimp. You have your gimp behind closed doors.
I have my gimp.
Oh, the old bowling out.
Oh shit!
Neil's a sucker for the old gimp mask, isn't he, man?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake, man. Yeah, right. Back to football. Yeah.
But back to football, man.
I don't think
going to penalties is an option. To be honest, it is not an option for us. Would you say Raya against Donnarumma? Do you think
he's won Euros on penalties? You know what I mean?
Would you fancy our bets? No, I can't lie. I would rather beat them in the 90 or the 120, and then go to the penalties. But in my opinion, it's going to be a draw, and I think it's going to be a draw in the 90 minutes. It's going to be a draw, and in my opinion, it's going to be a 2-2. I think we will score, but there will because we're going to try so hard to score, and we're going to leave those gaps, those openings. Talk about gaps, but
It's all about finding them openings, bruv.
There you go. They will find some openings and they will bury it this time. They're
going to get buried, man. As long as these openings get buried, that's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to get buried. No. But seriously, they will find. Funny, I think they will bury their chances this time around. I think we kind of like think about it, yeah. We dodged a bullet. We should have lost about 2-0 at least the first leg. So 1-0 is a very good. Yep. Like and subscribe. Yeah. But it was a very good option. 1-0 was a very good score. The best we could ever wish for. I mean, there was no way we could have drew that game or won. So 1-0 is a very good score. But yeah, I think it'll be a 2-2. I think we will score, but they will find openings. They will find openings. But yeah, man. Even with Partey in that midfield, we've seen even against Bournemouth, you've seen Bournemouth score 2 against us. Somehow the goal would go in. But yeah, man. People would say, "Oh, it was set pieces." Yeah, but Bournemouth did create as well. So yeah, man. I think PSG will create against us, and they will score 2 goals, and I think we will score 2 goals as well. Our ones are going to be set pieces, by the way, if you're going to ask me. Yeah, be set pieces. Set pieces is just some jammy goal. But yeah, man, that's what I think. We're out. Defo, we're out.
Brother, if we go up 1-0 at half time, what you saying then? Just obviously, let's just go. We're at half time now. We're playing all right. I'm not saying they're playing bad. We've just bested them. We're edging them 1-0. What are you saying then? Do you reckon it's going to go to penalties, or would you sort of think, yeah, do you know what, we might?
Yeah, we'd go penalties.
Be game dependent, isn't it? It's going to be game dependent, but
1-0. Yeah, we'd go penalties. Yeah,
you reckon?
I think so. Yeah. I think we would go to penalties if it was 1-0. If we were winning 1-0, yeah, I think we would go to penalties. But I just don't think the game's going to go like that. I just don't think we're going to score first. I think they'll score first, and then we'll equalize, have a bit of hope up again, and then you know how Arsenal are. Arsenal, this is typical Arsenal. And the thing is that we're in the semi-final now. Now it really matters. So the real Arsenal comes out when it really matters.
Pressure's a privilege, though.
Come on, 8 minutes, 8 points, 8 points ahead of like I can't believe in this manager. Like we lost 4th place to Tottenham, 8 points to Man City. What more do you want? What more do you want? Come on, let's be honest here. But yeah, that's my thoughts. That's my thoughts.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it, man? I do. I wouldn't mind us going in at 0-0 at half time. I reckon you're in the game then, aren't you? If we concede the first goal,
now. It's not, snap your arm off of that.
Yeah. That's basically where I was going to go with it, Shane, as well. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, I would absolutely take that 89 seconds and all of that. And fuck me, if we could do the old full thing and win 2-0, I mean, there we go. I mean, if I'd happily take a little Odegaard goal and then see him celebrate like Mickey Thomas, I'd be happy. Do you know what I mean? I mean, well, to be fair, I don't think I'd be happy. I'd be like, why are you celebrating like Mickey Thomas? He won the league, you little fucker. I know it's a nightmare, but you know what I'm trying to say. I'd be buzzing if we was to get in like that. I think it would really set the tone for for hopefully something special in that second half. I think at any stage, if we go 1-0 down, I mean, we'll all watch it because we're Arsenal fans, but I mean, you might as well just turn the telly off, didn't you? You know, I just cannot see us coming back from a 1-0 down. It's such a cliche, isn't it, boys? You know, when you sort of hear, oh, it's so important getting the first goal. But I mean, it absolutely is so important. If we get that first goal, who knows? Who absolutely knows? But I mean, if they get that first goal, it's curtains, isn't it? And by curtains, I don't mean curtains like this. I mean it's just absolute curtains, isn't it? Do you know what I mean, boys? It's warrant. Oh, hello. Woo. A bit too much, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Sorry about that. I know there's a couple of ladies in the building. I'm sorry for zooming in on my face. You know what I mean? You don't want that kind of stuff. You've done your Pilates. You've had your salad lunch. I don't mean to make you puke it all back up again. Depending if you're calorie counting, it might be a good thing. I don't know. But yeah, sorry about that. Didn't mean to frighten everyone with my boat race there. I do apologize. I suppose there are ladies in the building. Of course, Mod's in the building, and she's from New York. She's from New York. I mean, that's probably not even a New York accent. So I'm
walking here.
It is that, isn't it? Yeah,
I'm walking over here.
I don't know. I'm an Italian New York. I'm obviously
forget about it.
Forget about it. It's a Faguzzi.
I just had a big plate of ding dong magoo.
We love it, man. Oh, that's it. She's our girl, man. She's our numero uno. Mod. Yeah. We love it. She's from the NY and the C, man. Big up to you, my girl. Man, we love it. Yeah, we love it. Yeah, So what she said, she's talking a little bit Vic. What's Mad Max saying? Bit of mad, and I think we're going to extra time somehow. Bruv, like Shane said, I would snap your arm off right now for that. Afternoon, chaps. I really can't see PSG not scoring. This is the problem, innit, boys? Because we will come to a sort of close very soon. This is the problem. It's all well and good saying, we're going to take it to extra time, this and all of that. Rah, 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 rah. We at least need 2 goals, don't we, Shane? We at least need 2 goals to take it to them because they are going to score.
They will score. And it'll probably be through a fucking bozo moment from Saliba or Kivior or Raya or the odds of them not fucking up. Excuse my language so early in the day. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. And then even if it's not a bozo moment, they just have such class. They have such class. I can't see us holding them off for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
I can't see us breaking with pace, which we need to do. I think because Saka's not fully fit, Martinelli would be flogged as he often is. And we'll have fucking Marino probably up front. I don't see us.
What do you reckon? Is Marino going to be up front though?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You reckon he's going to do it and not keep a Trossard?
Yeah, to play that stupid diamond that they play. To play that 100%. Stupid diamond, that's what they're going to do. That's what Arteta's going to do. That's my
just lump crosses
to overload the midfield. You get on that to overload the midfield.
Yeah.
But he's forgetting the 2. He's going to leave by him overloading the midfield. Like I say, Dembele. That's why they were interchanging as well. So 50 minutes you'll face Dembele, and then it'll be Doué, and then it'll be Kvara, and all these 3 players are ballers. It's going to be a problem. You overload that midfield, they'll just go to the flanks. That's all it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to cross the ball, to play that stupid cross and hope. I fucking hate it, man. I swear to God, I hate it.
I don't understand why we play that cross and open. Tierney's on the bench, the only geezer that can cross. I mean, every time he's came on, he's at least whipped him one wonder cross, hasn't he, Kieran Tierney? If you're going to play that, I don't know why you don't play to your strengths. But I mean, if we go back into the manager, I mean, we could be here all day. Do you know what I mean? Because he makes so many mistakes, doesn't he, man? Like, he just makes so many mistakes. Like, it's
And the
borderline ridiculous. Go on.
And the thing is with that cross and hope thing that you're talking about, and then Tierney, we're doing it with the opposite foot at wingers. So they're cutting inside and then drifting it in towards their keeper. They're not even out swingers. You know what I mean? They're drifting it in towards the keeper, just plucking it out of the air. At least when Tierney does it, it's on his good foot and it's an out swinger. He's whipping it in. They're just dinking it in for the keeper. Against Inter was the perfect example of it. It was the same thing over and over. Inter rested 8 or 9 players for that game. People seem to forget that. They toyed with us. Oh, yeah, we had loads of possession and we had this. All we did was get it and shift it, dink it in. And then Wanyeri came on for the last sort of 6 minutes. It was his European debut. And he looked like he'd try something. But my heart was broken in that Bournemouth game because Wanyeri took the ball down and he shifted inside. And I thought he's going to hit it like he always does. And he just laid it off and I said, Arteta's already done him. He's already done him. He didn't shoot and he could have shot and he just did the normal thing that Odegaard does, and he just slipped it to the side, and I said he's already ground him down. I cannot believe he's already ground him down.
It was
so sad. It was so sad to watch it.
Facts.
So sad to watch it.
Yeah. Facts. One of my best mates here has rolled in here, man. Craig of it, and how you doing, my brother? I hope you're all good, man. We're gonna get Odegaard performance tonight. Yeah, Craig, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Craig's on the fence, yeah. I'm slowly getting my claws into turning him around to this manager. He's coming round. Like he's you're top. He's getting round. He's getting there. Oh, Craig, I'm slowly grinding him down into my way of thinking. I am. But you know, like Craig, to go back to your question, Odegaard, I don't know. We need it. We need it desperately. If now more than ever. If everyone's going to turn up, we can't keep playing with 10 men like we did against Real Madrid. We cannot. Odegaard needs to bring his A game. He needs to produce a masterclass, captain sensation. That's what he needs to be doing tonight. Do I think I'm going to get it? History tells me heavily no. Of course, history don't predict the future, but it's got a very, very, very good understanding of the likeliness of it. How do you think the bookies make their bets? Do you know what I mean? They're not stupid. You know, what do you think they go on? Do you reckon they just roll the dice and go, yeah, fuck it, we give Odegaard 5-1 to score today? Of course they don't. They're giving him high odds because he don't fucking put the stuff in. He just doesn't. Do you know what I mean? We're gonna end with this as well because I thought it was a really good point. And Vic's saying to our girl, our number one girl, we have a massive Nigerian community in the UK, plus parents and all family from Kenya, Nairobi. So I always take interest in African names. Good to have a lady in here too. Can I just say as well, one, it's good to have a lady, regardless of wherever you're from, regardless, good to have anyone in here from every background. That's absolutely buzzing. But do you know what? I wanted to make a point of this. Arsenal have an unbelievable following in Africa, a ridiculous following. The fact that we haven't gone there to tour, it's a fucking disgrace. We haven't. I think the last time we went there was about 10, 15 years ago. I know it's all money. They go to America, which obviously would be convenient for you, Madupe, as well. But the very fact that a lot of my African friends, you know, of descent in whatever sort of order, a lot of them are Arsenal fans. When you go on the internet, there's such a massive African community across the board. And the fact that we neglect that sort of side of the country with such a big following, I mean, it's a proper disgrace. I've said it a few times on there, man. We're just so interested in all the cash grabs and all of that we forget the massive continent of fans out there, man. It's poor, really, from Arsenal, isn't it? And I hope they go there next year because obviously we're in Asia. Is it where are we in Asia? Is it Korea we're in this year? Is it or something like that? Yeah, I'm sure we're there or thereabouts. But it's poor on that behalf. But listen, I am going to end it there. I'm going to redirect to Coldstream. I will be on there now. So I've set the redirect up. So when we finish, we're going to go over there, show the brother some love. But just before we do, obviously, what have you got coming up, Shane, mate? My geezer.
I am actually going to do a live stream for the match. I've never done it, and it's the only one I'm going to do. It's only because I said the missus is away, so I always watch the football with her, and I said I'd never do it. So I'm just going to do it for the laugh, and then I have the match reaction after, and then the full Irish breakfast will be every morning now at 10:30.
Nice.
And I'll have another World Cup video coming up next week. But yeah, busy. A lot of content coming out, and yeah, all good, man. All good. Delighted to be on. Thanks for having me on, as always. And of course, always a pleasure to share a screen with Rashid, absolute legend. And yeah,
Big
Come
up.
on, Arsenal, please surprise me. Please surprise me tonight.
Please do something, innit? Come on, man. Believe. Rashid, what have you got coming up, my geezer?
Hey, thanks for having me on. Shane,
Yeah,
as
man.
always, big up the whole chat. 6 p.m. I'm gonna be doing the build-up show. So we're gonna be talking about Arsenal, whatever. Arsenal PSG until the lineup. When the lineup is set, we'll talk more about the game. And yeah, so 6 p.m. Tune in, come catch a vibe with us. It'll be nice. It'll be nice.
Yeah, man. Now looking forward to it. And I know you said you're going to send me the link as well.
Yep.
I said to you last night when we was having a little chat, I will try and make it in some capacity whatsoever. Obviously, I said, between 6 and 8, and that them sort of times is difficult for me because of the kids, etc., etc., etc. But any bit that I can make, I'll happily jump on with you, my brother, and I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm the same as well. I'm going to be doing with DJB the last 10. Which is going to be a mixture of the last 10 minutes of a watch along because I can't do the whole watch along. It drives me fucking mad. So I'm going to be doing the last 10. That's going to be followed up with me and DJB doing a live reaction and then a roll off calling. And then I'm going to be on Never a Foul and hopefully, we might be on Lee's thing. There will be no breakfast show breakfast show, morning show. That's Shane's thing. There'll be no morning show for me in the morning because, Lee's emergency stream, if I'm on it, come on, let's face it, I'm getting up at 7:45.
We're sleeping at 6 a.m.
Yeah. He paused,
Oh,
did he?
Oh, I think he's frozen. But yeah, people, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Shane, if you're about, of course, I will send you the link.
I should be. Send me the link. I'll let you know.
There's
I'll
gonna
be
be,
making dinner
like
for you
last
and
time, like we did last
Exactly.
time.
popping in and then
It was
popping
nice.
out. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think Aaron was about to wrap it up there anyway, wasn't he?
Yeah, I feel. Well, do you think maybe he redirected? So yeah, I think he redirected. I think so.
Either way, big up to the chat. Big up to everybody. If you are still there, hope he's go to Carl's. I think he's being redirected anyway. And
I think
RACHID.
so. Yeah.
Absolute legend. So we'll knock it on the head. I think he was going to anyway.
Do that. Yeah. Let's go over to Carl,
there you
and give it.
No, it's gone again. Hey.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He's having trouble. I think.
He's having technical difficulties. You're mute now. Oh, there you are now.
What was that all about?
I don't know. You're bugging out there for about 2 minutes.
The mutants are just like, this geezer's getting on my nerves, Yeah. We're just going to get rid of him.
Do you need 500 to redirect? Is it 500 subs to redirect?
You need to be monetized, I think.
Yeah, I think it's either 500 and/or the monetization thing because I only realized I could do it after that, but I might be wrong. So like, you do it when you go in. So I'm going to do it like, let's just do a dummy right now. You go into your studio, then you find out your live stream. So you go into content, you'll find your live stream, click into that, customization, and then you scroll all the way down, and then you get the add the redirect bit, which is that's sort of how you do it. But yeah, man, sorry for what do you call it? You know what I mean? Ending that way, you know what I mean? The mutants, you know what I mean?
You're still
live, I think.
Bang bang. Yeah. I know we are. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I say. Yeah. Fucking what's going on? Yeah. But we will redirect to Cole, and I'm going to jump over there. A bit of a strange end to the show, but we will get there. Do you know what I mean? It's not my fault. It's StreamYards and the mutants. Let's blame them. But big up to you boys. Thank you very much in the chat. Always, man. Don't forget, like and subscribe. The guys' links are in the title. See, look, they've done me now. My brain's fried. Do you know what I mean? Poor old Carl, he's going to get the worst of me now. It's just totally gone. But yeah, big up, man. Everyone else, take care. All the best, and we will catch you later.